My name is John Becker. I've been flying for 46 and a half years now.
My name is Cheryl Becker. John and I have been married for 40 years this January 31st. The most recent exciting news is we purchased a Diamond 62. We've had it now 2 years.
When I was about 4, my grandfather liked little airplanes, and we used to go on Sunday afternoon and watch airplanes take off and land at the little local airport. And one day he went, I thought, to the bathroom, but he came back from this building. He had 2 pieces of paper in his hand, and he's waving them. And he came over to the car. My grandmother was there, and he said, "Come on, John, we're going for a plane ride." And my grandmother was not very happy with him. And I went for a ride. I'm looking around going, this is awesome. That's what I want to do. So 4 years old, I figured that out. My parents didn't want me to fly. But when I was 16, McDonald's, 40 hours of McDonald's would get you 3 hours of flight lessons. And they said, if you can figure out how to pay for it, you can learn to fly. So that's how it started, courtesy of my grandfather. Picked up my commercial at 18. When I was in college, ROTC guys found out that I already had a commercial pilot's license. Next I know, I was assigned to F15, flew that for 3 years, and then I was an instructor at the fighter lead-in program. I left and went into commercial aviation, 727s, 737s, 57s, 767s, and lately flying the A330. You know, I fly A330s for a living, and I fly the 62 for fun.
We were on a tour with the Piper Company, looking at Pipers in the hangar after the tour, and I turned around and I said, "What's that over there?"
And that was a Diamond 40 that was sitting in the same hangar next to the Piper Malibu we were looking at.
It was beautiful.
So it's actually Cheryl's fault that we ended up in a Diamond, because once we liked that airplane, Cheryl liked the looks of the Diamond 40, so we started looking more into Diamonds, and that's when we found out about the 42, and a little bit later we found out about the 62.
Well, my mom always told me to have backups, no matter what you do. So 2 engines, you have 1 and a backup. That was the main reason why. I said, my mom's speaking to me, 2 engines is better than 1.
I was flying F-15 from the US to Europe to deploy over there, and one of my 2 engines broke a high pressure return line on the oil, and all the oil left the engine, so it ended up shutting down in the middle of the North Atlantic, about 700 miles south of Iceland. So I ended up flying a twin-engine airplane, single engine, for about 700 miles to get to Iceland. So that was a nice day to have a spare engine, because if I was in an F-16 with 1 engine, I'd be in the water, North Atlantic, 34-degree water, and I'd have probably been not sitting here today. That's why we decided on a twin-engine airplane and started looking around and went from the Cirrus. And Cheryl one day said, "Why don't we just get the 62 instead of the Cirrus and have 2 engines?" And that's what we ended up ordering.
And when you think about it, when you live in Michigan, there's water everywhere. The Great Lakes are like small oceans. We just flew over Lake Superior, and it is like flying over the ocean. It's beautiful. You need 2 engines to do that.
When you have a pretty good idea of what you want to do with the mission for the airplane, you can get a good idea of the airplane that you need. And that's what drove us towards 62. I wanted to be able to carry 5 adults and luggage to be able to go somewhere. The nice thing is, once you make the decision whether you're going to a twin-engine environment, it wasn't a whole lot harder than flying the Diamond 40. It's a great airplane. It's a great next safe step for somebody that's a single-engine pilot.
I love going places for the first time. We just went to the UP about a month ago, and we landed up there for the very first time. I'm from Michigan. I've never been up there. I've never seen Lake Superior. And when I see these things for the first time, that's when I get really, really happy. From here, it's an 11-hour drive because of the Mackinac Bridge. I think after we had 3 really nice days there and then flew home, how long was the flight?
Hour 45.
Yeah.
Or fly out to New England with my brothers, and my mom lives during the summertime. Go out there, which is nice. It's a 2-hour flight to Worcester versus my son just made it an 11-hour car drive. It was perfect, straight across Lake Erie. So here's the best part of the Diamond, how easy it is to start it. All set to go? Yeah, almost like a car. Push this button in, wait till it says about 400, take your finger off. Clear. There we go. You'll see the aperture draw here. I'll let you start this one.
Okay.
All right, so
Good to go?
Yeah, just push it
Up
in.
to 400.
You're an expert. As we were doing today when we were simulating an engine out and feathered engine, we were Diamond 40, 125, 130 knots, and I believe we were at 70% power at 6,000 feet, just cruising along, pretending we were a Diamond 40. You know, so we turned our 62 into a Diamond 40, and you wouldn't have any problem going an extra 50 miles to find an airport in a Diamond 40. And it wasn't a big deal, right? Just a couple of twists on the trim knob into the operating engine, and we were out flying around and doing slow flight, single engine Diamond 62. It flies great single engine. Diamond has your name when you walk in, say welcome, John and Cheryl Becker. And the reveal is you're standing inside the hangar where they do the final assembly, and they open the door and your airplane's sitting out on the ramp in front of you.
It was really nice. I couldn't believe it was ours.
Our daughter
Yeah.
picked out the exterior and
She did.
interior color scheme for us, so
Yeah.
everybody had a piece of the,
It was a family committee effort. Yeah, Adrian chose the paint scheme. John's mom chose the sheepskin colors. I chose the air conditioning and the two engines.
The interesting thing was the first person that ever flew with me when I got my private pilot's license was my grandfather.
With the commercial airline business, I always feel we bring families together. I think that's the nicest part about it. We can do the same with ours. We can go see our family. We have grandchildren. It gives us a lot of freedom and peace of mind that we can fly and stay safe and be healthy. And I think that's what I love about it the most is the sense of adventure. It's created. So, and because of the Diamond 62 and my personal private pilot, we can do that and share it with people that we love.